Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Native Diaries. You know what to do. Grab yourself a cuppa, sit back and enjoy the show. Well, it's been a while since we've had an episode of the Native Diaries. We've been on the road with the Canary Room, we've been back in the Canary Room, and next week we'll be back in the Canary Room again. But what I wanted to do was update you on the progress that we've had this year with the native birds. And it's fair to say, as many native breeders will tell you, mixed. Now, mixed in native breeding terms is code for we've had our massive fair share of disasters and we've managed to get a few native birds on the sticks. That's code for mix for those of you who don't keep native British finches. You'll see behind me here is the goldfinch flight. It's our external flight. They've flattered to deceive. I think it's fair to say, the goldies this year. They have done a little bit of picking up, done a little bit of nest building. No evidence of any eggs, certainly no evidence of any chicks. So generally speaking, heartbreak. Heartbreak with goldies, but I've still got them both. I'll overwinter them again in this flight. It's probably, it's July now. They may go to nest again. I think the weather this year's been, again, as it always is, been a really interesting one. We had a really hot May, and June again has been quite hot, and we've had a few really warm days in July. So goldies, we're drawing a line under. While we're outside, I think it's probably best that we go into the garage room now, and we see here a picture, a bit of video footage actually of the bullfinches. I say bullfinches in plural. You'll notice that there's only one. We removed the nest pans, put a bit more cover on them, and about sort of 2 or 3 weeks later, the hen went down, picked up, thought we're away here. We've cracked this, and then I couldn't see her. I couldn't see her anywhere. I thought, great, she's incubating, she's on the nest. And a few more days passed, and I thought, yeah, I'm slightly worried she's on the nest but not got off the nest. And I went in and I found her dead on the nest, which is an absolute heartbreak. So the bullies and the goldies, which, are arguably like two of the nicest kind of native finches. It's been a really difficult season with them. Look, it happens, and, some years it goes brilliantly well for no reason whatsoever. And some years, despite everything you do, it just doesn't work for you. And I think the key for all of us, whenever we're breeding whatever type of birds, is resilience and to keep going. And it's really tough at times, and kind of life gets in the way. I've been really super busy in work of late, and you sort of think, why can't it just go well for me? And sometimes it just happens, and it happens for no reason, and you've just got to be resilient. You've got to get on with it. We'll lay plans again. I'll see if I can pick up a bully hen, maybe try them back in the Canary Room where we've had success with them in the past. So speaking of the Canary Room, well, without further ado, let's jump inside, because there is some good news. Well, the eagle-eyed amongst you, we're back in the Canary Room. It's been an interesting season in here. Been a solid season, I think, without being spectacular with the canaries and the rest of the inhabitants in here. You'll probably be able to see in fact, the eagle-eyed amongst you will be able to see the native cockbirds that were part of our mewling pairs are now singled off. So at the top, we've got a linnet, then we've got a twite, and then we've got a goldie. I really like all of these birds, actually, and I'm just overwintering them in single cages. I say overwintering, it sounds really crazy, doesn't it? Because it's summer still. I think the important thing at this time is, and one of the other things to talk to breeders a lot about is energy. And, put a lot of hard work in the breeding season. And the key for all of us, maintain the energy levels, because there's nothing worse than having a season, getting a load of good birds on the sticks and then dropping the energy levels. The birds, as they go through the molt, that's when they need us probably more than most, to be honest. So I'm continuing to make egg food, I'm continuing to make soft food, and the native British finches behind me are continuing to enjoy it. So we've got a couple of shots, I think, of the Goldie, who was a bit shy, the Twite, who was less shy, and to be honest, the Linnet is almost impossible to film. So anyone who owns linnets will know that they are they like to move. They like to move a lot. You might be able to see it actually. You might not, but it is in there. I promise you. So that's our mewling pairs. The final mewling pair in here was a Norwich greenie hen. And they've been really, really irritating. So they bonded. They took a while to bond. They did bond. I've seen them mate. They laid eggs. We had an egg chip out under some grey wings. And then the Norwich cockers turned into an egg eater. Now, you know, simple remedy of egg eaters is take them out or divide them off at night so they can't get to the egg. I was dividing them off, and that seemed to and I was dividing them off with both a solid divider and then a wire divider so the hen could still see him. And that just seemed to put her off from laying. So nothing from them. The greenie hen is going to make a triumphant return to Shane, I think, this year. We will look at keeping some of the native cockbirds behind us. But really, you know, now you sort of start to think about next year and what next year is going to look like. And next year is going to look like Redpolls. We've got a number of Redpolls already on the sticks. I think it's our best ever season for breeding Redpolls. Got 4 pairs, I think. No, 5 pairs, I think we worked out in the end. 5 actual pairs of Redpolls. We've got young off 4 of them. Which is, you know, I'm absolutely delighted about, absolutely thrilled to bits. And we've got a range of young, so we've got a number of pied birds off a couple of pairs of pieds. We've got, I think, 4 or 5 cobalts. We've got a couple of normals, and we've got a really, really nice little agate, which will be split for pied, so that's lovely. Siskins, well, in the last week we've lost the Siskin cock, which is a disappointment. We've still got the Siskin hen, and we've got a young Siskin hen that we bred. So this year, sort of native-wise, a Siskin and 16, 17 or so Redpolls is the total so far. Redpolls are trying to go to nest again. I've got a couple with a couple of young, but I'm not sure whether they're going to make it yet. So really, we're kind of wrapping up. So over the next few weeks, well, of course, we'll be back in the canary room next week, but over the next few weeks, I'll pop a couple of the young natives in show cages and we'll have a good look at them. So listen, that's all we've got time for. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you've enjoyed this, hit the like, hit the comments below. Until next time, everyone, take care.